What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about where is your joy coming from. So I think that a lot of people, especially as we're going and wrapping up in 2024, we are trying to figure out what 2025 looks like, right? We're trying to analyze how our year turned out, trying to analyze exactly what we could have done better, what we need to improve on, and all of those type of things. One thing that I think a lot of people don't think about is where their joy is coming from. Where is your joy coming from? Like, just think about it. I'm gonna give you like a couple seconds. All right, cool, you got that? Cool. So where is your joy coming from, right? And the thing is, not many people, they don't even know where it's coming from. When you start sitting there and you start analyzing exactly where you want to be at, or you start thinking about how happy you were this year, you think about the joy, right? What brought you joy? What brought you that happiness? What brought you that peace, right? And what people don't realize is that you put your joy and you put your happiness in people and moments, right? Whenever you hit this certain milestone, you felt a lot of joy. When you didn't reach that milestone, you had little joy, right? You didn't feel happy, you didn't feel satisfied. Whenever you was talking to this person, or maybe you was in a relationship, or maybe whenever you was interacting with this certain person or these group of people, you felt a lot of joy, right? But when it was just you felt lonely, you felt down, you felt depressed, right? Where is your joy really coming from? And what people don't think about is that question, right? And so one thing that I've learned and what I've experienced in my life is that if you give your joy into every other thing, then the joy will eventually run out. If you say that whenever I hit 100,000 a year, eventually you're going to want more. You're going to be like, okay, I want to hit 150 next year. I want to hit 125 next year. Okay. Whenever I hit that, then I'll be joyful, right? Whenever I get this certain car, then I'll be joyful. Whenever I get this certain house, then I'll be joyful. Whenever I get in this relationship, or whenever I get married, then I'll be joyful. And until then, you feel miserable, right? Like I said, you feel depressed, you feel alone, you feel like things in your life aren't where you want them to be. And what people end up doing is that they sit there and they analyze their life, and they're like, man, I put everything that I wanted to happen that didn't happen, and I let the joy that I could have had overrun that, right? I feel sad because the things that I wanted to accomplish didn't happen. But what about the things I have accomplished? Okay, I didn't make 100,000 this year, but I made 75. Last year, I made 65. So it still made more money this year, right? You can still be joyful about that. You still have people that are healthy that's still around you, right? You can be joyful about that. You still have a car that you could drive. It doesn't have to be the best car. It doesn't have to be the latest, electric model, but yet you have a car that you could drive, right? You still have a home that you could stay in, people that care about you, right? Food on your plate. And what you're worried about is all these other things that's going to not bring you joy, right? You don't really realize it until the moment happens. You don't realize that you don't feel so much joy until you analyze where you are in your life. Think about where you're at right now. Do you feel happy? And if you don't feel happy, is it because you're not where you want to be? Probably. But what about the things that you've overcome this year? What about the things that you've, the challenges that you've faced, and yet you're still here? You're still able to put a smile on people's faces. People still look to you for advice. People are still able to go to you and talk to you, right? You're not hated from the entire world. There's things to be joyful about, You even having a phone, so you still have a network of people to talk to and to interact with. Being able to be on social media to stay connected, right? You still have a phone that you could call somebody with. Right? You have Wi-Fi that you can be able to look up anything that you need to get out of the situation that you're in. But either way, there's things to be joyful about. And what a lot of people do is that they let, moments and people hold them back from feeling the true joy that they can have. And if you're one of those people, then I question, what brings you joy? What brings you joy? And I keep asking that question. I know it, but that's because so many people don't think about it. For me, I thought bringing me joy was going to be having a successful business and being able to be in a happy relationship, or being able to have this, these nice things in life. That was going to bring me joy. Me getting to a place where I feel like I can be able to, be better than where I am today. That was going to bring me joy. But yet, the true thing that will bring you joy and the true thing that will bring you peace and happiness is God. Right? Think about it. He's the one person that doesn't let you down. He's the one person that puts you in a position where you can grow. You can talk to him about anything, right? You might not always get a response back as quick as you wanted to, but he's listening. Eventually, God will continue to bless you and put you in positions where you don't even recognize it. For you, it just feels like a coincidence. For you, it feels like, man, I just can't believe that this happened. How did I even get out of this situation? That's because God is on your side to help you throughout your life. As long as you put your faith in him, the joy in you will always be there. People might question, if you're that joyful person, things happen in life and you're like, man, how is he still happy? How is he still smiling through this tough situation? It's because likely he has God in his life and he has faith that God is going to work it out. Everything is going to be fine. Right now, it doesn't look beautiful. Right now, it doesn't look, it doesn't look how it's supposed to. To you, it feels like it doesn't look how it's supposed to. But to God, he's like, I got it. This is exactly where you're supposed to be at. And yet, we're stuck on, I don't feel joy in this moment because blank. I really loved blank. So now that that's gone, now that I didn't reach that, I don't feel joy. I've been in the same position. Many years. I'll be a little bit personal here. Many years I felt like I was never doing enough. I felt like everything that I was working for, everything that I was trying to go for, right? For fitness, for finances, for faith, for family, for friends, all of it. Felt like whatever I was doing, it was never enough. Because I felt like my joy had to come from helping people, had to come from impacting people. I had to come from making a certain amount of money that I wanted to make in a year. Came from the material things that I thought that I really desired or that I really wanted. But yet, God was like, the joy that you have comes from me. The joy that you want and that you're craving comes from me. Trust the process, trust whatever you're going through, because God will be able to show you and show up for you. What people do is that they sit in a place where they think that you have to go to God, right? You have to go to the Bible. You have to go to church. You have to go talk to a pastor or talk to someone about your situation. But just allow God to come to you. Invite God into your space. Invite God into your prayer life. Invite God into your circles. And watch the type of miracles that he'll do for you. And what so many people are stuck on is trying to be able to, impact and you get everything right in their life, that they start to lose the factor of their joy because they're trying to impress everyone else. And you might be one of these people. You might be one of those people that love the people please. You might be one of those people that have, you're a big goal setter. You like to go get it, right? You like to work hard. You like to see the rewards of the things that you're working for. But yet, when those things don't come, you don't feel joy. You don't feel like you've made any progress. And what's going to come with that is basically you saying that I should have the power to be able to give myself joy over what God has the power for. That's how I see it. I think that if I'm putting all these things before God, then I'm saying those things should give me joy before God, right? And if God is the main source, top priority in your life, then it makes it a little bit easier to be like, okay, well, I know that this didn't work out, but I know God has a plan. I know God is going to be able to put me in a position where I know I don't even see right now. And what you have to realize is the joy that you're fetching for will eventually start naturally coming to you. Eventually, people that want to see you and want to support you will start popping up in your life. Eventually, the people that, the finances that you wanted, all of a sudden you get a raise at your job, you get a better job position, you get a whole different job, right? You start getting people that's like, hey, I just want to bless you, right? I want to put you in a position where I can help you. Blessings start coming at you and you're like, there's no way that this is happening without this being God. And the more that you start to realize that and you start to put your faith in that, then the more that you'll start understanding why God is the root of joy. That's why, right now it's the holidays, but it's joy to the world, right? Joy, the whole reason of Christmas is the best gift yet is that Jesus came to earth. And yet, he is the joy to the world. So if he's the joy to the world, then we have to put our faith in him to have the joy that we really crave. And once you start doing that, you start realizing that, then it actually puts you in a position where you're open to life not happening the way you want it to, because it's supposed to be according to how God wants it. So I felt like, as I'm growing older and I'm experiencing life more and I'm learning more about myself, I'm starting to understand that in life, people are very distracted with their goals and where they want to be at. And what happens is that the more that you're trying to people please, or the more that you're trying to be a goal setter, nothing wrong with any of these things, right? But if you're prioritizing it over the main thing that you're supposed to be doing, which is with God, then it puts you in a position where you start to lose the joy that you have quicker. Again, if you put your joy in all these other things, then no wonder why you're running out and you feel depressed and sad at the end of the day. When you're not with that person, you feel sad and depressed. You're trying to put your joy into that person. When you're not at your job, or whenever you're not making money, you feel like you're sad and depressed because you really want to see results. When you're not at the gym and you're working on your body, you feel sad and you feel like you're fat, right? You feel big. You feel like you're not doing the right things. You're trying to put your joy into the gym. You're trying to see the results, right? Put your joy in God and watch how much He'll overflow for you in your life. So that's really all I got for y'all. I felt like that was a big weight on my shoulder right there. I don't know what that was about, but someone needed to hear this. And if you're listening to this, I would love for you to share it with someone else, especially since we're in this holiday spirit of, joy to the world and His presence. And, because in this moment, a lot of people are feeling joy. They start seeing the Christmas lights. They start hearing the music. People start getting wrapped up in the gifts, right? And the thing is that there's someone out there that doesn't have as much as you have, and they're still joyful. There's someone out there that has more than you have, and they're still miserable. So you got to understand that the position that you're in, the place that you're at, to have joy regardless, and to spread it, because that's exactly what Jesus would want you to do. So that's really all I got for y'all in this video. That's really gonna wrap it up. Follow me on my socials. It'll be King Malone. Like this video, share the video, and until then, y'all, I will catch you in the next one. Go home.